this and make it tight, then after a while it's uncomfortable. Same way, if you make your body tight or your mind tight, then it becomes uncomfortable. Our teachers and Master Sun San used to talk about a technique for catching monkeys. In some part of the world, they want to catch a monkey, they take a glass bottle, a jar, with a kind of narrow opening and a big body, and they put candy inside. Then they tie a rope around the bottle, and they just leave the bottle out in the open and hide. Then the monkey comes and puts his hand inside the bottle and grabs the candy. But when they grab the candy in their fist, they can't get their hand out of the bottle. Then the human just pulls the rope and drags the bottle close to them and grabs the monkey. So that's very interesting, because if the monkey lets go of the candy, he can pull his hand out of the bottle and run away. But most of the time, the monkey's so attached to the candy, he won't let go of the candy, even though he can't get his hand out of the bottle. Then, as they drag the bottle over towards them, the monkey's screaming and trying to run, but doesn't seem to understand. If he just lets go of the candy, he can pull his hand out and run away. So human beings are the same way. We hold something, then we're caught, cannot get out of our suffering. If we let go, we're already out. But first, we don't even see that as is happening. Second, when we see it, how can we let go? So, practicing is very important. When you practice, especially you practice together, over some time, you can see your habit. You can begin to see for yourself what you're holding. Then, if you see it clearly, you will let go. If you cannot really see it clearly, just intellectually, then you keep holding. Then Sun San used to say, more suffering necessary. More suffering, then you'll let go. So practice is very important. Understanding doesn't matter. Even all of us here already understand, probably, I'm holding something, so I'm suffering. But this understanding is not enough. It's just like knowing, oh, food will take away my hunger. Knowing that is not enough. You have to eat. In the same way, understanding is not enough. So, Sun San Kun Sing always used to say, understanding cannot help you. But nowadays in this world, especially intelligent people, very attached to our understanding. Zen students really attached to our understanding. One time, we have this koan, Mousie's cat food, cat bowl's broken. What does that mean? And if you've read Sun San-Sim's story, that's the last koan he finished with Dae Bong. Then after that, Dae Bong gave him transmission. So certainly in the first 10 years we're practicing with Sun San-Sim, everybody's a little excited about that koan. Then one time when I was a new student, I come home from Providence Zen Center. I come home to Providence Zen Center from work a little early before dinner. Then I take a shower, then go down and sit half an hour by myself. Then on the altar, we kept books, collections of letters that students wrote Sun San-Sim and his answers. So every day I read one letter and his answer before dinner. And then one day I read a letter, and in it the student was trying to answer this koan. Then Sun San-Sim answered this letter and said, your answers are not correct. Then he gave this man some hint for this koan. Then when I read that, I suddenly thought, I understand this koan, So I was all excited, this is big koan. Kun Sing got transmission after this koan. I understand it, so I'm all excited. Then I think to myself, Zen means moment to moment. So right now, what? Dinner time. So I try to put my energy down and go to dinner. Then during dinner, I'm thinking, I understand the mouse koan. And I'm like, shut up. then the next day, going sit, I understand the mouse coming. No. I understand the mouse coming. You know, this thinking keeps popping up, not just the thinking, the energy. Then this went on for like months. At one point, we're painting the outside of the Zen Center. And as I'm painting, I keep thinking, I understand, you know, and getting very excited. And then I'm like, calm down, you're going to fall off the ladder if you don't just pay attention. You know? So finally, one day during an interview with Kunsin, I can't wait, you know. And I said to him, at the end of the interview, he says, any more questions? And I said, sir, ask me the mouse koan. Then he says, that's a high-class koan for older students. You're a new student. And I say, ask me. And then he's like, okay. So he asked me the mouse koan. Then I gave my answer. You know, hit the floor. Only that, give my answer. Then Kunsin said, no. Then I'm really pissed off. You know? So I just shouted at him, I understand it! You know? Then he said, yeah, you understand it, but Zen is not understanding. So, nothing. What can I say? What can I do? You know, I even shouted, I understand it. You know? Then nothing, so downstairs. Then 6 years later, many suffering, then correct answer appeared. But very interesting. Understanding was correct, you know. It's just like understanding. When you're hungry, eat. But eating is different than understanding. So same thing. Our komans mean attain. Also, our life means attain. So even we understand we should let go of what we're holding, cannot do it just by understanding. So we have to put our body into our practice. Our body, our emotions, our thinking, everything has to go into our practice. That's why we have schedule, you know. No choice. If you drop out of the schedule, yeah, if you have a really special problem, okay. But if you drop out of the schedule, it's like you're not bringing your whole being to your practice. Just do it. Then it goes beyond our understanding. Then let go is possible. Attain something is possible. Also, our teaching, we often talk about substance, truth, function. We talk about that just because people have understanding sickness, so we give understanding medicine. Give correct understanding. But that's not enough. You have to digest the understanding. Then this understanding and your experience connect by itself, then very clear. So for example, truth. In our teaching, truth is very simple. See clear, hear clear, smell clear, taste clear, feelings clear. If there's no thinking at all, then just the floor is yellow. Even that thinking doesn't appear. You just see yellow. You don't need the words in your mind. You know? So when we're children, we all do that. But soon, lots of thinking appears, and we just lose the experience. When you're children, everything experience is very strong, very vivid. Time is enormous. You know? I remember 3-month summer vacation from school seemed like it went on for 10 years. Then, the day before school begins in September, seems like the 3 months were zero, nothing. So, children's experience of this world, I don't know now, with the internet and television, but when I was young, we always went outside to play. Nothing happening inside, you know, boring. So everything's very strong. Before, when I was in college, I'd take drugs and very strong, everything. Some drugs, other drugs will put you to sleep, it's garbage. But some drugs, it's like, wow. But this drug is just a kind of a chemical, not yours. But it's like a reminder, oh my God. So if you do correct meditation, your mind returns to that. Then understandings are not important, but we all value our understanding, so we don't put our whole body into this practice. If you do, boom, things will start to become alive. Then truth is not dependent on words. You know, we just use words to express it. No, floor yellow. That's just expressing it. But with function, we don't even need to use words most of the time. You know, a couple That's dead. Just do it's number one. But with truth, many times we have to use word to express it, but actual experience is not the